This is the Dreadless Russ, and I'm here at JFK International Airport for JetBlue's inaugural flight to Kingston, Jamaica. Now, JetBlue started flying to Jamaica earlier this year, and this is their first flight to Kingston, Jamaica. We're here for the festivities. As you can see behind me, the terminal is decorated with the Jamaican national colors. We're going to get all of that information, find out how the flight is going. We're going to take the flight to Jamaica and come back to New York today. The customer-friendly and economically priced airline kicked off its New York to Kingston route with a modest fanfare at JFK this week. JetBlue started flying to Montego Bay in May of this year and has now added Kingston to its list of Caribbean destinations.
We're really happy that JetBlue is now going to my capital city, Kingston, because that to me is opening up our culture to Americans to go down and our Jamaicans to return home to vacation in Jamaica via Kingston. Kingston is also the gateway to Port Antonio, which is a great part of our tourism that sometimes you think you have to go to Montego Bay to get to Port Antonio. Now, JetBlue makes it really easy to pop into Kingston, and in about an hour and a half you get to Port Antonio.
The ribbon cutting ceremony was officiated by JetBlue's Chief Operating Officer Rob Morrister and his crew and members of Jamaica Tourist Board. Devon Harris of the original Jamaica bobsled team did the honors.
1, 2, 3. Very well.
Many passengers took advantage of JetBlue's special $89 each way discounted fare. So we're here with Miss Paulette. You're on the first flight to Kingston, Jamaica for JetBlue.
Visiting Kingston to see my grandniece, and I figured that this was the inaugural flight. I said, what better way to do this than to get on the first flight to Kingston to see my first grandniece.
And it's a pretty reasonable price flight too?
That's why I got on it. I would not have missed this for anything else.
Actually, I was lucky. I actually won a trip today to Jamaica.
You're a winner? From where?
www.caribbean1radio.com.
How long will you be staying?
Oh, just get away for the weekend.
In Jamaica there's a party. Peenie boy, you come no man get all over them whining. Whining.
Thank you guys for coming today. So excited.
Come no man get all over them whining. Whining boy, you woman a soca, woman a rumba, woman a cha-cha-cha.
Prizes were given away on board, ranging from dinner at some of Kingston's most exclusive spots, hotel stays, mini bobsleds, to round-trip tickets for two to any JetBlue destination.
And the seat is 13, lucky 13. Who's in it? There we go. We got a winner. Round of applause for our winner here of the first tour. Very nice. We have 3 nights for 2 at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel in a royal junior suite. Very cool. How about that? So we got a weekend hotel stay. Congratulations. Right up here in front.
About 3 hours and 20 minutes later, we landed in sunny Jamaica to an inaugural welcome of a water salute and another ribbon cutting.
Ladies and gentlemen, JetBlue Airways welcomes you to the beautiful island of Jamaica.
Drive in the car, make a show you can say, oh, 1 Scotch, oh, 1 Burgerman, 1 beer, 1 Scotch, oh, 1 Burgerman, 1 beer, nothing, there is no beer. That's a way of drinking beer. Can't go up unless you have your clean fear.
Jamaica's Minister of Transportation, Honorable Michael Henry, the Deputy General of the Jamaica Tourist Board, the Mayor of Kingston, airport executives, and other dignitaries welcomed the JetBlue crew.
And I think it's only fitting that JetBlue is able to punctuate its year with its last city opening in 2009 by coming to Kingston, Jamaica. I know we had many interesting moments earlier this year. It's a very special treat for me to be back as I opened Montego Bay in May of this year, and I'm very happy to say that it has been one of the most successful new market launches in JetBlue's history since its inception.
The minister, who is big on creating an air, freight, and rail hub in Vernon Field, Clarendon, was open to the possibilities that JetBlue offers for Jamaica.
Well, JetBlue complements the whole development process. Norman Manley Airport needs to move about 5 million passengers to 7 million. This is going to add a dimension. JetBlue is adding a different service in what is called a more executive type low-cost service, which fills a gap that does not exist. Their reputation as a company is well known, and they focus on passenger service, which makes it a very important element. Coming to Kingston adds a dimension for more and more people to visit. We welcome JetBlue, and we therefore feel that from Norman Manley too, they can move as a hub into North, Central, and South America.
You're in Kingston, Jamaica today. How does that make you feel?
It makes us feel great. It's our 60th city that we're opening, and this is actually our most successful country launch in the country of Jamaica. We've added more service into the island of Jamaica than we have any other city, and we now serve Jamaica from Montego Bay and Kingston. We're very proud of that. And out of Montego Bay, we serve Boston, New York, and Orlando. Both Boston and Orlando will start this winter, and Kingston nonstop to New York, so we're thrilled.
So you mentioned that this is the most successful country you've been in so far. What do you attribute that to?
I attribute that a lot to our New York roots and the ties between New York and Jamaica primarily, but also the receptivity of the country of Jamaica to actually trying JetBlue to come into Florida and Boston and New York has made it that much more successful. So we look at this as a long-term partnership. It's not just about tourists, it's about family visiting friends and relatives, as well as cargo opportunities. So we're really, really thrilled to be here today.
On the flight coming down, we noticed that you have some black cake from Golden Crust. Is there a possibility of some ackee and saltfish on board sometime?
we can definitely look into saltfish. We don't have any perishable food yet, but we're looking into it. So I'll never say never. And I think we've got a El Presidente beer in the Dominican Republic, and maybe we can get Red Stripe beer with some saltfish behind it. So
there you go.
Something to look forward to.
So I'm here with the lovely Miss Diane Lynch,
yes.
Flight attendant JetBlue to Kingston, New York to Kingston. You came down on the flight with us today.
Yes.
Lovely service.
Oh, wonderful. It's feelings I can't explain. Yeah, Jamaican born and raised, and it's a big deal for me to do this today, and I'm really honored that they actually choose me to do it. Yeah. I just want to say hello to my family.
Where are they?
I have family in Rockfort and Harborview, and you know, my mom is in the States, but you know, I'm Jamaican born and raised.
This is going to be shown in New York, so anybody in New York you want to say hi to?
My mom, my sister, or my friends and family in New York. It was amazing today.
All right. So we're going back to New York in a short while, and Diane is going to be with us again. So we'll be back in New York, and we'll see you then.
See you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So if you want to go to Kingston for a day or for the weekend, JetBlue can accommodate your schedule. The flight leaves JFK at 7:58 a.m., arriving in Kingston at 11:45 a.m., and departs Kingston at 12:40 a.m., reaching New York at 4:40 p.m.
Kingston, sitting in on the dance hall, skanking it tonight. Well, them said tune in, rubber dubbing at the lawn. Well, them said tune in, reggae music off the ground. Yeah, tune in, rubber dubbing at the lawn. Oh yeah, tune in. Ram dance on, whoa, yeah. Why? Ooh, yeah. All the passes in Europe, all the one them in Germany, all the one them in Canada enjoying themselves. Well, all the passes in America, and the one them in England, even those down in South Africa enjoying themselves.